So, I recently saw a rough cut of Darren Aronofsky's Noah, and I want to talk about it before my memory gets too foggy about it, because I want to release a video about it, but I can't until at least the movie is coming out, you know, because it comes out in March 2014, and I'm recording it in October 2013. So, granted, some things in this video, like the things I talk about, I'm not spoiling anything, but what I talk about, things could change. Some of my opinions might change with the final cut, so this is just my review of the rough cut of the film. Noah is a movie that follows Russell Crowe as Noah, the biblical person, and what it is, it's about Noah's Ark, and Russell Crowe has these visions, and it tells him to make the Ark, and it's pretty much just about Noah's Ark, except it's a fantasy-type epic. Now, going into this screening, I was very excited because I love the cast in this movie. I like Darren Aronofsky as a director, I love The Wrestler, and I'm not huge into religion or anything, so I wasn't really going into this like, oh man, are they gonna do the Bible right? That's not anything that was going through my mind. I just wanted a really entertaining movie with great acting, and I got that. With this rough cut, I think it's a very good movie. There are some problems present, but I think that can be ironed out with the final cut. But this movie overall is very enjoyable, because the acting, first of all, holy shit, this movie is acted so well. Russell Crowe gives an amazing performance as Noah. Just the changes his character goes throughout the story is amazing. The things he has to do, and just, oh my god, he plays the character so well. Because he has this inner struggle within him for certain things that he has to do. Like, he loses faith at certain points, and just doesn't want to do certain things, and it's really hard to watch, and his conflicts, it's really interesting as well. Jennifer Connelly plays his wife. She is fantastic in this movie. Pretty much everyone in this movie that I'm going to talk about has a certain scene where they stand out. Jennifer Connelly has that in this movie. Emma Watson is in this movie, and she's very good. Now, I don't know the name of this actor, but Russell Crowe has 3 sons in this movie. The oldest son I thought was very good as well. I don't know his name. I'll try and put it here, but I thought he was very good as well. He played his character the right way. Logan Lerman plays his middle son, and I thought he was good for what he had, because his character, I felt like if there was a great actor in that role, I would have felt more for the character, but Logan Lerman does a serviceable job. It's just not great. Anthony Hopkins is also in the movie as Russell Crowe's grandfather, and for what he does, he doesn't have a huge role in the movie. He's really more of a supporting character and more comic relief, to be honest. But he's very good in this movie. He hits his parts well. He's funny. And Ray Winstone plays Cain in this movie, and he was great. Oh man, he was menacing, he was evil. I thought he was just perfect for this role. Now, the way Darren Aronofsky directs this movie is great. I thought this movie had a fantastic visual style to it. It was really immersive, the way he shot the movie. Now, the way I saw this, some of the CGI shots were unfinished, and I'm not going to take points off for that just because it's unfinished. But for what they did finish, and I could tell that, you know, it was pretty done. Most of this movie is actually pretty much done, it seemed to me. And the shots were great. The CGI was very realistic for the most part. Like, without spoiling anything, there are creatures in this movie that they just look so real next to actual humans, and it was amazing to me, and I thought that was great. The dialogue in the movie is really well written. It makes the characters feel more real. Now, one thing I was worried about is the movie gonna be overly biblical and religious and shit like that? Because that's just not something I want to see. I don't really care about that. But the movie itself, yes, they absolutely reference God in the movie. They kind of have to, because that's what they believe in, and the entire movie revolves around him telling Noah to build an ark, but nevertheless, they talk about him, but it's not like the whole thing is centrally based on religion. It is, but it just didn't feel like they were shoving religion down your throat to me. Now, granted, there was one point in the movie where I thought they were getting a little bit preachy towards us. There was this scene where Russell Crowe was talking, and then there were like these images of showing what humanity did, and it was like, oh yeah, you deserve to die. It's like, really? And he was intersplicing like little things of people nowadays, not just back then, and it was just, it bugged me a little bit, but I got past that. I haven't even talked about the action. There is action in this movie. There definitely is action, but it's not like it's not like Avengers type action where it's just coming at you for 40 straight minutes. No, these action scenes, there's not like face-offs a lot, like characters fighting each other. There is one fight closer to the end of the movie, but for the most part, this movie is a lot of just slow-moving drama. And I have no problem with that. It was really interesting. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Now, one thing I definitely had a problem with was the way this movie ended, and it's not how it ended that bugged me. It was just the fact that the final, what felt like 20 minutes or so of the movie just felt so long, and it just, I was getting restless in my seat. I was like, alright, come on, let's get out of here. Because this movie, I clocked it. It came in at about 2 hours and 20 minutes, this rough cut. So I feel like they could cut it down to maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes and make it feel more clean and crisp. I hope they do cut out, because just, without spoiling anything, the ending just, there are certain scenes that just feel so long, and you're like, alright, you can cut this down a little bit and make it feel more put together. Noah, overall, as a rough cut, I thought was very enjoyable. I liked it. The acting was fantastic. The direction was really good. The visual style was definitely apparent, and I love the visual style, especially like when Noah was having these visions. It was just amazing, and it just really got me into the movie. The action when it's there is enjoyable to watch. The story, I thought the way the story went, the direction the story took, I thought was really interesting. It went in certain places that I actually didn't expect it to go, so that was nice to see. Overall, I don't know if I want to rate this because my rating will change when the final cut comes out. I guess for the rough cut, I'm between like B+ and A-. I'll just go with a B+ because I think there is room for improvement, and I hope there is improvement by the time the movie comes out. So I can't really ask you guys what you thought of Noah because it's not out yet. So what do you guys think of Darren Aronofsky as a director? Do you enjoy his works? Do you not? What's your favorite movie of his? What's your least favorite? I pointed out my two in this video already. Write your beautiful comments down there and tell me what you think. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down there. Because if you don't, I have a headache. I've talked a lot longer than I expected to.